Welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Q, a show about life, love, society, culture, sports, entertainment, and everything in between. But before I get into today's episode, I need everybody to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel Conversations with Q, or download the podcast on all major podcast streaming platforms. And hey, while you already there, download Spoken Minds on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Pandora, wherever you listen to your podcast. Download that as well, and subscribe to the YouTube channel Spoken Minds as well.
Yes,
now,
sir.
Let's get into today's episode of Conversations with Q with special guest, my fellow BTG Buck brethren.
That's right.
Chris Jones in the building.
That's
Jonesy.
right. That's right. I'm here, baby. I'm here. Doing a little different. No Spoken Minds. Conversations with Q.
Conversations with Q.
I mean, rabbit foot walkers world today, baby.
Yes, sir. So why I got you in my world today,
yes, sir.
Let's talk about a few things, man.
Let's go.
First and foremost, man, let's talk about Chris Jones's upbringing.
Okay.
You know, where's Chris Jones from? Where'd he grow up at? Let people know. Where'd you grow up at, Jones?
Okay, so I'm originally from Winchester, Kentucky. Moved to Lexington when I was about 5. I grew up on the north side of Lexington, right in Hollow Creek. Mm-hmm. Born and raised out there pretty much. I'm a north side baby through and through. Elementary school, Northern, Bryan Station Middle, Bryan Station High, like I said. Grew up running around Hollow Creek and Windburns, back and forth through Farmer Brown's Trails.
Farmer Brown's Trails. Yeah.
you
ain't from Windburn Hollow Creek unless you went through the trail. But go ahead and continue.
Farmer Brown Trail. So, yeah, that's where I'm from. That's where I jumped off the porch at, literally from 5 all the way up until my adult adolescence life, man. Straight from Northside. Man.
What was Chris Jones like as a child, though?
As a child, man, I was always good. I mean, anybody who tell you, man, I was always one of the smartest people in the class.
I hope your mom was watching this.
Yeah,
I hope your mom was watching this.
She's going to attest to it, man. Like I said, I was always one of the brightest students in the class. Mm-hmm. School came easy to me. You know, I didn't even have to. My mom, funny you said that, she used to get on me all the time because she'd say, Chris, you'll never bring no homework home. All you got in your backpack is raps. And I was like, oh, I got it, mama. And I came home with straight A's all the time. You know, everybody think my sister had all the straight A's.
It was you?
My sister, Danielle Jones, I don't think she's always been smart. I always had straight A's. I was a very good student, you know, in school.
So basically what you said is you smarter than your sister. That's what I just heard from that.
Yeah. You can take it to the bank, man.
Take it to the bank.
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 So we got young Chris Jones running up and down the streets of Hollow Creek.
Yep.
Did you get in trouble a lot, man?
A little bit. No, the trouble didn't really start. Now, let's just say this. I did a lot of stuff and didn't get caught.
Okay.
I'm not even going to sit here and lie. You know, we keeping it real today. I did a lot of stuff in my adolescence that just didn't get caught. I mean, I did normal stuff. I guess we thought it was normal growing up, you know, stealing. Little stuff, you know, Hills and Northside Plaza. I can't tell you how many times we went up in the store and was stealing stuff out of the store.
Hey, I got caught stealing from Hills.
See, and I didn't get caught. See, there you go. He got caught. I didn't.
Yeah,
you know.
man.
So we was always doing it, sneaking in movies. We was bad, man. Throwing rocks at cars. We was Russell Cave Road. We take cartons of eggs and just throw them in cars going up and down Russell Cave Road. Rock fights. A lot of bad stuff, but I never did get caught. I mean, you know, I think as far as trouble didn't find me until my senior year in high school. Let's just say right there.
Okay. All right.
Senior year in high school, that's when the trouble started.
We gonna get into all that. For everybody who's watching via the Facebook live feed, man, if you got a question for Jones or if you just want to comment on something that we're talking about, please feel free to comment down below. But man, I got caught stealing from Hills, right? So,
oh goodness.
So
you was bad at it, then. You was bad.
My next door neighbor. So I grew up 1856 Gerald Drive Duplex A, right?
Right.
My neighbor B was Eric Brown.
Okay.
So
shout out to E, man.
Eric Brown, Jason Mock.
Yeah.
I forgot. It's about 5-6 of us.
I remember.
We walked from Windburn to Hills.
Yeah, that's a nice hike.
With the idea of we was gonna steal a Nintendo game.
Phew.
So I'm up in that joint, right? I'm the youngest and the dumbest. I got on a fanny pack. They convinced my little dumb ass to go in there and steal something.
He was the guinea pig.
So I'm in the game section behind like this pillar, making it obvious as hell, trying to stuff his game into my fanny pack. So we get the fanny pack. I mean, we get the game in the fanny pack. We try to, skedaddle on up out of there. I'm the youngest, so guess who get caught?
They pull you to the side.
Everybody take off running. My little dumb young can't keep
man.
up.
Dang.
Come here.
Yeah.
Snatch me up. Throw me on in the office, security office.
Golly.
We gotta call your mama. No, don't do that. We gotta call your mama. No, don't do that. So they call Mom Dukes. She's like, all right, bring him on home.
Dang, boy.
Boy,
That's tough.
Jones.
We never tried to steal video games. That's toys and little stuff, wrestling man, whatever. We still and they dare better not chase us.
Jones.
You know, me and my crew. That's crazy. Y'all came from Winburn, so you didn't know the
A
trails.
little different.
Yeah.
When I tell you, they put me in the back of a police car.
Oh, yeah.
I'm about 8, 9 at the time.
Yes. That's
That was
scary.
the long, and you know, Winburn to Hills ain't nothing but a 5-minute drive, right?
5-minute ride, yeah.
That was about an hour, 2 hour drive.
That was a
bro.
long hike, huh?
I got home.
Yeah.
I went straight to my mom's room. I just went and got naked. Sorry, you
Yeah.
know what's coming.
Yeah.
I might as well just go and get prepared for
Yeah.
it, bro. And there was that. So Jones, what elementary and middle school did you go to?
I went Northern Elementary and Bryan Station Middle.
Okay, proud of the north side in the building.
That's right.
You play ball in middle school?
I did. Funny story, talking about ball. Growing up, I never was good in basketball. Ironically, I did go and play high school ball, college ball, especially in elementary. A lot of people could tell you which Kendrick Gardner, James Gentry, a bunch of them,
Kendrick Gardner. Okay, shout out to you. I know Kendrick. Good, shout out.
When we was in 5th grade, I never got picked up to play basketball. I wasn't never good. We just played on the monkey bars. I never was good. I didn't never pick up a basketball until I was about 10, 11 years old. I always just played baseball. So first year, I was great in baseball.
What happened?
First year, I played basketball, ironically, was for Hawk. Mm-hmm. My first year ever playing basketball when I was 11 years old, I was an all-star.
Okay.
Hawk told me, I was smart. I told you I was a smart kid.
Mm-hmm. That's what you said.
He said, dribble down the court, right hand, cross over to your left, and go to the hole. That was my play. When I played for the Sixers, we had Harrison Morton too. Shout out to Harrison.
I know. Yeah,
and we won the league. We came in second behind Washington Bullets, I think, with Jordan Brevis. But I made All-Star. So my 6th grade year when I tried out for basketball, after just playing that 1 year, I did not make the team. Didn't make the team.
Crushed.
So I asked Coach Hawk. Well, I wasn't even crushed because I didn't even know nothing about basketball. So Coach Hawk said, "Hey, go back there and ask the coach why you didn't make the team." I said, "Oh, okay." Now I went back and asked Coach Hogg. I said, "Why I didn't make the team?" He said, "Son, you got a lot of work to do." Looked me dead in the face.
Ain't no sugarcoat, none of that.
Now that's when it crushed me a little bit. I was like, I didn't even know. I wasn't even worried, but now that crushed me. Hawk started laughing, and he was like, "Don't worry about it. You keep working with me, doing what you do. By next year, you'll be good." And he wasn't lying. From 7th grade on, I was definitely a baller. One of the best in the
If
school.
you could compare your game to somebody, who would you have been?
At that time in 7th grade, I would probably say more like Ray Allen. He was one of my favorite players coming up.
Now this guy got a wet jumper. Boy,
I'm telling you, left-handed, he was. Like, UK was my squad. But coming up, man, yeah, like I said, Ray Allen and UConn, he was one of my favorite players. I liked Iverson. The Big East was competitive.
Right.
The Big East was dope. UK was my squad, Jamal Mashburn and all them. But Ray Allen was one of my favorite players. I mean, I had the whole UConn jersey, shorts, shoes. I had all kinds of.
So you're a UConn fan?
No.
I thought you was a Wildcat fan.
I'm always a Wildcat fan. I was a Wildcat fan. I mean, I went to WrestleMania with.
Glad we recording this because you
recorded
UConn head to toe.
No, I had Ray Allen's jersey.
Okay,
but understand this though. I went to WrestleMania with Jamal Mashburn, Edgar Martinez, and him. So
what
that was
hanging out with them.
Rob Cole was with us. Tezzy Cole, R.I.P. him. My mom's boyfriend at the time was running back for UK football team.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah, so Alfred Rouse, running back. So that's how I got the link with them. And we was always with the UK basketball team with Travis Ford and a bunch of them. Like I said, anytime wrestling was down there, I was kicking it with them. So naturally, being with the UK players, I was UK fan.
Yeah.
It runs deep. UK football, everything.
Now, because that was bullshit. But but before we continue on, a lot of people don't know you had a nickname growing up.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know you as Mouthpiece.
Oh, yeah.
So where'd you get the nickname Mouthpiece
that
from?
That was from Stefan Ferguson, I think. And that's because Stefan Ferguson, they called me Mouthpiece because my grill was jacked. My grill was jacked up, man. I can't remember. When we used to play AAU, we used to always ride each other. So that's what it was. We used to always ride each other and roast each other. And I think Stephon said something about, man, you always chewing. It may have been Quentin Walker. Quentin Roberts. He said, man, you always look like you got a mouthpiece in or something like that. And then that's when it just stuck.
It just stuck.
It just stuck. And then it rolled on all the way through all our AAU teams, man. We had good times, but we was always roasting each other.
So we go from youth to middle school AAU. So now we get into big boy high school talk.
Big boy high school.
Now,
sheesh.
You started off at Bryan Station, right?
I started off at Bryan Station.
So how'd that go going to Bryan Station?
Bryan Station was fine. I mean, I didn't really have too many problems at Bryan Station. I like Bryan Station. It's everybody I grew up with, you know, playing ball with and everything. I like Bryan Station. Now, when it came to sports, it was a little scarce because I played for Anthony Hawkins. Phuket did not like Hawk
at all.
He didn't like Hawk at all. To be honest with you, growing up, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna make the squad because he just didn't like people. And then they had so many sophomores returning, and we didn't have a freshman basketball team, so it was like it's only gonna pick up like 4 or 5 freshmen. I'm like, damn, you got to think 4 or 5 freshmen. It's about 40, 50 of us trying out.
Yeah.
So I ended up making the team, and like I said, it was cool. I was there, you know, it was okay. I never got along with Phuket and them, and that ultimately led to me quitting the team my sophomore year.
Well, what was the disconnect between you and Phuket, man? I know a lot of cats in the city had a lot of issues with Phuket as far as basketball wise.
I think with Phuket, when you are underclassmen, he just wants to just keep pushing you harder, almost to the point to where it's either gonna make you or break you. I mean, now looking back, and then it's a lot of politics to it.
Right.
It's a lot of politics to it.
A lot of people
It was
don't
a
know
lot
that
of
part.
it was a lot of people like, you know, people that should have been playing JV that wasn't, that played varsity, that probably needed that JV experience just because Phuket man did their parents wrong. Like, you know, Phuket did Scooby wrong, so he let Brian was playing varsity.
What you're saying is because Phuket couldn't hit the mom, so
probably that had a lot to do with it, man. Phuket there's a lot of politics. I mean, I can remember, you know, George Adams coming up in there. Pete's daddy. Pete's daddy. George Adams came in there one day, took Phuket in that office, chewed him out. After he chewed him out, Pete, who never even played a minute of JV,
was on varsity,
was warming up in varsity, and 6 men off the bench that game. We in Lee County. They like, DeAndre Adams, get in. Pete's sitting here on the bench like, you don't even know. Did he just call my name?
He didn't even know what was going on. He just thought he was on the bench.
Put him in the game and just shoot the ball, do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that lets you know the politics that was involved in it with Phuket, man. So
we go from Phuket not playing you, so now we transferring
to Henry Clay.
But before you transferred to Henry Clay, was there another school that you wanted to transfer to? Your moms wouldn't let you, or was Henry Clay like, I'm going over?
To be honest with you, man, the way the district thing was set up, I really didn't have no other school. I mean, you know, you got to have. I'm gonna tell you what it was, man. It's different now because you can find little programs and stuff to make it happen. But back then, you literally had to have an address in that district.
Yep.
And you know, a lot of my family lived in Winchester, so I didn't really have an address. I had a cousin. No, I had a great aunt who lived on Fenwick, which is by the ice center. So that was essentially going to be the address I was going to use. I didn't even know nobody in Henry Clay. I just knew I wanted to get out of Bryan Station. Plus, remember, they had just started the traditional thing where we had dress code and
magnet
stuff.
School. Yeah.
So with me already being ready to know I'm going to leave, I didn't have no clothes for the dress code. So when my junior year started, I was getting sent home on the regular. Anyway, like my mom knew everybody. We knew I just didn't have no clothes for the dress code. So now we got this address. The way we did that, because your name got to be on the lease and stuff. There's a little shack that sat downtown. It's not by the courthouse. It's back where K2s used to be at. You could buy like documents and fake leases and stuff there. They literally sold lease documents. So yeah, I think Mom went and bought one for like $8. Her and my great aunt filled it out. We took a picture of it, took a picture of the picture, a copy, took it to the school, boom. Now it looks like I live over on Fenwick. whatever that was over there by the Ice Center, and now I'm in Henry Clay.
I know you're talking about. So we go to Henry Clay. So when you went to Henry Clay, it was just full intent on playing basketball, right?
It was for basketball, yeah.
So you get
didn't even know the coaches or nothing, but I'm like, yo.
Oh, okay. So you didn't even talk to nobody prior. You just transferred
to nobody
just on the stiff. You know you gonna make the squad.
I knew I was gonna make the team.
Who's on the squad when you got there?
Rod Cotton, who didn't make the team at Bryan Station.
So basically, you took his spot.
I did not even take his spot.
Oh, okay.
Come to believe I didn't even take his spot. J.C. Mitchell, which is my dog. Daryl Carden, like I said, and Vincent Bright was over there. It was a couple of my dogs over there that I went. Jarvis.
Okay.
Shout out to Jarvis.
Shout out Jarvis.
JT, man, that's my dog. You know, me and him have been cool since elementary.
Right.
We just lost touch. So it was a lot of guys. Raymond Smith, Marcus Commodore. There's a bunch of guys over there. But I went with the intention. I just wanted to be out of Bryan Station, get away from Bryan Station, and I was going to try my luck at hooping over here.
You get to Henry Clay.
Get to Henry Clay. Tryouts. Well, before I even tried out, as soon as I went to the school, as soon as I got to the school, I guess, like I said, Bird must have traveled. Kurt Childs pulled me out of my class and was like,
"Oh, so he knew who you was, though."
He knew who I was. He said, "You, Chris Jones, you played at Bryan Station." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You plan on playing out for the team?" I was like, "Yeah." So instantly from that day, he was like, "Well, do you got some shorts and stuff to start conditioning?" I was like, yeah, I already had that stuff in my backpack. Like
I was already ready to go.
I was ready. So from that point on, I just started conditioning. So it wasn't even like a tryout. It was like, okay, I'm just conditioning. I'm running with the squad.
So whose ass did you bust out there?
I was busting everybody's ass.
Come on, we got to put a name to it.
Rod Cotton, JC, Daryl Carden, everybody, every single person that played in Henry Clay, when I was there, I was busting their ass, period.
Point blank, period.
Point blank, period. If we want to go to 2001, then I could say Lamar Campbell, but he wasn't there when I first started as a junior.
So you started as a junior, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about your junior season. How'd that go for you?
It went okay. I think the thing that really hurt me my junior year, man, I really made a lot of segue, but then I got hurt in December. I messed up my ankle, and then I pulled a groin muscle, so I didn't play for I'm talking about literally like I had like an air cast and all that good stuff, man. So we did that on the Christmas tournament. That put me out for like half of December, and then just trying to work my way back in the lineup after that. Because then we went on a win streak. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that kind of hurt me a little bit. Then I'm pretty sure, and then I think back, I wasn't as naive as I thought I was, because at that time I was living a double life, of course.
Yeah, we get ready to get into that.
I was living a double life, I'm hooping and I'm doing good, but I'm nearly not 100% focused on basketball like I should, because I had a lot of extracurricular activities going on out in the streets, trying to make some money, and little do I, I'm going to school smelling like weed, and I'm a basketball player. You don't think that got back to the coach?
Oh, without a doubt. How'd your mom feel about you transferring to him? She was cool with the whole thing? She was fine with it?
She was cool with it. She was cool with it. She was on board. I mean, I used to have to drop her off at 4 or 5 in the morning at Lexmark. I didn't even have a license. I'm 14, 15 years old. I'm dropping her off at work at Lexmark and driving the car to Henry Clay to go to school.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how much she supported that decision.
Shout out to her, man.
Yeah, Mom Dukes had it down for real.
She came through.
She had it down. I just, like I said, but just like I was saying, as far as the hoop thing, just the extracurricular activities, being naive, thinking, I can smoke weed and do this, and the coaches and people don't know. Of course, that stuff got back to them. Hell, they probably knew I was high in practice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They wasn't stupid. Even though I thought I was pulling
wool over there. Yeah,
I thought I was pulling wool over their ass, but I wasn't.
So, man, let's talk about this double life, since you opened the door for that, man.
Yeah.
What age did you start jumping off the porch, and what made you want to gravitate towards that lifestyle? Because, like you said, you a hooper, so you got options.
I got options.
You had options.
I had options.
So when did you jump off the porch doing that, and what made you go in that direction?
I ain't gonna lie, I started smoking weed probably 8th grade going to 9th grade. And I guess just really no real dad around, maybe. Just going off what I see, you know what I'm saying? This is what I see. This is what I see in the neighborhood. All the people, and they was giving back then. I'm seeing the cars, I'm seeing the clothes, I'm seeing, the money that's being made, and also the peer pressure in school too. That had a lot to do with it. A lot of people think it's just because your circumstances or situation. Now the peer pressure in school of wearing the Tommy Hilfiger, the George, the Chaps, the Ralph Lauren, saying the Boss, all that good stuff. So that all played a factor in it. And, at the time I'm young, I'm seeing my mama work hard, take care of me and my sister by herself. One parent, 2 kids, sacrifice a lot of her life. The last thing I want to do is ask her for some money so I could go buy some more Jordans and stuff like that. So that didn't happen. So shoot, here next thing I know, I'm out here getting $50 packs and $100 packs, and all the dope boys and them, they making all the money on the streets. All the way up until 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Now they off doing their thing with whoever they got. Yeah. So now it's my time. Now it's my time. So now I'm sneaking out of the house. That 1 a.m. to 4 or 5 in the morning, that's my time to try to make scrape up my little coins. Do what I got to do. So that's how it started.
So it started like that. So you talked about, Pops not being around. Does it still bother you to this day? Did it affect you as a youth? Like how did that make you feel with Pops not being around? And have you connected with him? Since
I know my dad. He's a solid dude. He just was a piece of shit towards us.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like he's got a lot going for himself.
Right.
It didn't bother me growing up because you don't know what you don't have. Right. So it didn't bother me.
So he was never in the picture to begin with.
Man, he wasn't in the picture.
Okay.
Like I said, he had me. And then I got a sister that I'm 2 months older than, and then I got my sister. So then he went to the military when I was like 2 or 3. Okay. And he tried to pop back in and out like 7, 8. He just never was really there. He came, he may come for like a weekend, and then he's over.
Then he's out. Okay.
So he wasn't never really there. So you don't miss what you don't have. So it didn't really affect me. I didn't realize how important a father figure was until I started having children.
Right.
Once I have children and I see the effect you have on them when you're there all the time, right, that's when I'm like, yo, I missed out on some stuff. But, I don't.
Does it make you feel some type of way? You feel like really. you didn't get the, hooping with your pops and getting some, life game and life advice from your dad?
Nah, man, because my mom really, truly held it down, man. Mom, like, I can't say, I can say the utmost about my mom. Like, when it was time for me to hoop, she was the one putting the goal out there, and she was out there with me. You know what I'm saying? She was out there with me shooting jumpers. She didn't miss a beat for nothing for me and my sister. Shout out to my mama. She is definitely one of my heroes and motivation. She didn't miss a beat with me and my sister with everything that I had going on. So, I didn't really miss that Pops thing because I didn't have it. And I was blessed. I feel like I was always blessed to have, my mom, my granny, and my auntie and them, and just always have options to know what I need to do in my life. For real, when it comes to a young man at 12 or 13, it's really not nothing you could tell them at 12 or 13. A lot of people say, when you get older, nah, y'all got to start giving these kids benefit of the doubt. They start figuring things out a little bit earlier than we think at 12 or 13. They minds made up. All we can do is try to set the foundation at about 6 to 9. About 10, 11, 12, they know more than you think because I know I did.
Was he just not around because he chose not to be, or was it the streets got a hold of him?
No, he never was in the streets, man. Like I said, he was he went to the military. He was doing his thing, and then he ended up going to Durham. I think really honestly, he just nervous and scared of responsibility at the end of the day. He's a great dude, though. Don't get it twisted. As far as a man, his personality, he's a great guy. He's short like my mom. I don't know where I got both of them is 5'2" and I'm 6 foot. So
know where that came from?
There that goes with that. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think he got his master's at NC State. He ended up teaching at NC State, being a professor. Yeah, he got a mom and pop business. He's like a big in the tech world. He's a tech guy. Like I said, I have nothing personal to say bad about my pops. I understand as a man, we make decisions. Sometimes we don't make the right decision.
Ask him why?
He don't want to have that kind of conversation with me. I mean, I would ask him why, but it wouldn't be for me benefit. It would be for me to help him because I was put in the same situation as he was. When I was playing college ball, that's when I came home for the summer playing college ball. That's when, my girlfriend at the time got pregnant with my oldest son, Devontae. So I had a rough decision to make then to whether I was going to stay here and be a father to my son, or was I going to run kind of like my pops did? And needless to say, that's when I was done playing college basketball out in Kansas.
Okay, we'll get to the college thing here in a second, man.
Yeah, that's how that went.
So you in the streets, you hooping
in the streets.
Senior year.
What
are you doing, man? What are you doing, John?
So senior year, man. So yeah, everybody talks about the story. Lamont always tells the story. And I'll just brief y'all on it how, Lamont came to Henry Clay because I told him to come to Henry Clay.
Okay.
Of course, somehow, man, me and him, and I should have been starting. I had a great summer playing basketball, like going to camps and stuff. I was probably at my best.
You was at your peak.
I was at one of my best, man. I mean, I went to a bunch of camps playing basketball. I got college letters coming in. I'm really getting set for a big senior year in Henry Clay. And coach is just like, I'm busting everybody's ass in the summer. Like, I'm busting everybody's ass in the summer. I'm busting everybody up so much on the basketball team and everywhere we play at that Daniel Brown, who was assistant coach, he's young. He's the head coach now. He's a lot younger then. Mm-hmm. He was like, you know what? I'm getting tired and sick of seeing Chris just do. I'm doing whatever I want to out there, to the point to where he had to start suiting up, and me and him had to go at it in runs. Because couldn't nobody stop me. And he was tough. Daniel Brown's one of the top scorers in the state. It was very tough. He helped me become better in the summer runs because anytime I was on the court, he was on the opposing team. Because nobody else, Roderick Dunham, Clay Thompson, Clay List, none of them really messed with me on that. So, but senior year, like I said, we did that practice. And coach, of course, like I said, being naive, he probably knew I was still selling, doing whatever I was doing. So coach was like telling me he wasn't really trying to mess with me for real. All of a sudden, like, you're going to play shooting guard, you're going to be behind Cal. And I was like, nah. I was like, that's crazy. Like, I'm better than everybody on the team. What do you want to do? I play everybody one-on-one. What are we talking about? So he set up a practice. He wanted us to have like a blue and white scrimmage. I come to the practice super hungover. I don't even think I had a minute of sleep. I was throwing up from drinking. Don't mix light and dark. I was drinking E&J and Tanqueray the night before, right before a big thing that could really change my life. So I bombed the first half. The second, that's all he needed to see. He already was against me. So we did a whole game scrimmage. I'm talking about refs. We got boards, we got keeping score and everything. So the first half I really bombed. I probably sweated out all that liquor. But the second half, I killed and did what I had to do. I think I even had like 16, 8, 7. It was crazy. But it didn't even matter because the first half of the scrimmage was a bomb.
It was horrible, throwing up and whatnot.
So I had to deal with that adversity. Then the real adversity came was when I got caught selling weed at school. So I was selling a guy an ounce of weed at school. And in the bathroom, Lagos, one of the principals, caught me. I flushed it down the toilet.
Did he just happen to come in there?
He busted through the door. Yeah, he just I'm putting it on. That's how you know we was young. I ain't even had no scales and nothing. I was putting it on a folder. Lagos bust through the window, bust through the door. What y'all doing? We dumped the weed out in the toilet. But he seen it. He seen enough. He took me to the office. So now, coaches them, if they didn't have validation, they had it right there.
They know
Chris
them.
got caught selling weed in class, in school. And it's ironic, man, the guy that I sold it to, he got kicked out of school.
Damn. So he got kicked out, you just got suspended.
I just got suspended and had to go Saturday school and do all that crazy stuff. So that put me deep down in the doghouse.
So that one time
that was senior year. This is my senior year. I'm deep down in the doghouse.
That didn't deter you to, maybe I should cut this shit out and,
nope.
and stick.
I think the day after I got suspended, I went and got another bag.
This guy.
I'm not even going to lie to you. Now I'm home, so now I'm really.
So now you got all the time in the world.
I got time, man. So I did that. I was in the doghouse for a while, too, man.
The whole season?
No, not the whole season. I got out the doghouse, as far as basketball-wise, I got out the doghouse Christmas break. That's how long I was in the doghouse.
Long time,
in the doghouse for about 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, that's a long ass time.
Long ass time. I was in the doghouse for about 4 or 5 games, man. Christmas break, we go to South Carolina. We play against like the number 9 team in the nation or something. Mm-hmm. And everybody's scared. Now you got to lean on me because I ain't scared. So now it's only only 2 or 3 people scored that game. That was me, Lamont, and Rod Dunham. Surprise, the black guys.
The black guys.
Everybody else was scared. Just being honest, they were scared. So that game, I balled. I can't even remember how much I had. We got beat by like 30 or 40. Okay. So then the next game, we're going against Louisville Moore. We in South Carolina. We're going against Louisville Moore. Carlos Hurt, number 2.
Yeah, I remember Carlos Hurt. He went to Louisville. Didn't he go to
Louisville Moore, number 2 point guard in the nation. We go against him next. So Jay Borders comes in there. He's like, "Hey, Chris, Coach is starting you." He said he got to start you because everybody else is scared. He's tired of holding back. He's going to let your leash off. So that point on, he started me. I think I had like 15 that game. We got beat. But Carlos hurt, of course. I was doing real good against him. Like when we was doing man to man, I had him.
You had him.
I had him.
You had him.
Man to man, I had him. I was hitting threes. We was doing good. We went to a 1-3-1 zone.
All hell broke loose.
Man, that man hit three pointers from the hash mark. We called timeout. Then he done threw an alley from the hash mark. Next thing I know, we down 7, and the cameras is flashing, and it's
Guys,
over
this
with.
ain't it. This
So
ain't
that's
it.
how it happened. But at that moment, from Christmas break on, I was inserted in the starting lineup. Never came out.
Hey, guys, this ain't it. So you talked about going to college, man. At your senior year, did you have any, offers? What offers did you have coming out of high school?
You know what, man?
Or was Coach Childs like? I don't know him as a coach, but I've heard great things about him though.
I ain't got too much nothing great to say about him personally. You know what I'm
So-
saying? I mean, I think a lot of it was on me. Me and him just never clicked.
Y'all just never clicked.
We never clicked. But then, it was another guy that was it was a couple of guys that he wanted to play over a couple of us because boosters, moms in the program, boosters and stuff like that.
Politics.
The money that they family was funding Henry Clay. Some of them was Henry Clay alumni on the booster clubs and all that. So that part, but as far as like the ladders, I had a few, but I didn't get none from them. I never got no letters from Coach Chaz. A lot of my letters came from Maurice and Coach Ferg, you know what I'm saying?
So they was doing the recruiting for you?
Yeah, they was on it. You know what I'm saying? They had letters coming in for me for different little D2 schools and JUCOs and different things, you know what I'm saying? They had the letters coming in for me, and I visited a bunch of schools. I can remember some all-black schools. I went down Miles College.
I went to Miles College too.
Yeah, I went and visited a bunch of little schools, man. And I gotta just wait. It's late, man. So I ended up going all the way out to Kansas to a JUCO, which was the #1 junior college in the nation.
What was the name of it?
Brown Mackin in Salina, Kansas.
Okay.
#1 junior college in the nation. I really hit the ground running out there. Now I'm not selling drugs.
I
don't know nobody
I
out
guess
there.
you don't know nobody. You ain't got no plug out there. You ain't got nothing.
I ain't got nothing out there, man. So, yeah, but that was a different lifestyle out there. Going from here, I was really like a star out there too. So,
Was the Kansas? Was it more so you trying to get away from her, or was it a decision made for you? Pretty much, people saying, "Jones, you need to get away from Lexington."
It was a decision made for me, straight up. That was a decision made from like Mom Dukes and Maurice and everybody. They was like, "Yeah, this would be a good look," go out there. And I was kind of like, okay, yeah, I want to play ball. So, yeah, that's cool. They made it for me. They telling me how good they was. I talked to Francis Flack on the phone a couple of times. He was really interested in me. Yeah. So, yeah, that was the decision made. And I had a great time out there, man. He really helped my game take to the next level, honestly. We was #1 in the nation. We had a guy named Lee Benson come straight from prison on our team.
Damn.
Averaged 37 points, 14 rebounds, 7 blocks a game. HBO, Brian Gumble did a special on us. Like, we had like 6 guys go D1, and I was like point guard on the team. So yeah, it was a dope experience playing with Lee Benson, playing us in Kansas, man. That was a good time overall. I was way away from everybody, way away from the peer pressure, everything around here, and I was just out there, and it was like a complete. Everybody says you need to change your pace just to grow and be yourself and evolve, and that's what happened out there for me. I was a completely different player when I came back.
When you went out to Kansas first, 'cause I'm assuming you never took no trip out there.
Never took a trip.
You just
17 hours away.
So first day on campus, what was that like for you?
Okay, we didn't even have a campus. So
what'd you do? Just show up at the
no,
door?
we had apartments. So they put us in apartment complexes. They was paying us to play basketball out there too. FYI.
Okay.
So we was out there on campus. So the school was one building, and we had one class a month, only Monday through Thursday. So we had a lot of time on our hands.
What?
One class a month, Monday through Thursday. We didn't even have school Friday. We had apartment complexes, and our apartments was right across from the mall. So, yeah, my roommate, his name was Jay Clover. He's from Dayton.
I'm still trying to figure out this one class a month thing.
You can only have straight A's. One class a month, Monday through Thursday, and you only go to school 3 hours a day. That's it. And we was getting what they call them, housing checks.
I'm trying to figure out how
they was paying us like $800-900 a month
on last chance. How they not getting up out of school then?
Shoo, it's impossible not to, man. So this conversation was cute, right?
Man, let it out, bro.
So the first week, I'm only 17.
Right.
I got arrested the first time I went out there too. I got arrested for smoking a black.
How the hell you get arrested for smoking a black?
So
well,
the
never
first-
mind. That's in Kansas. Never
So
mind.
yeah, so we go to a fair. And everybody's, we passing blacks. As soon as I got the black, police ran up on me. They at the fair. They walk up on me. They want to see ID. I think I was getting ready to turn 18 in like 3 days. So they took me to jail though. They took me to jail for smoking a black and all that. Gave me community service. Coach Flack was like, just be careful. That's how that went.
Hold on. Donovan Jarman, he commented, he said, you better not ever mention North Carolina in classes ever again.
Yeah, it was something, man. It was something, man.
So when you got hit with that little misdemeanor at 17, what happened? Did you call moms or did people
they
there
didn't
handle
have
it?
to call moms or nothing, man. I mean, I think one of the players came and got me. I can't even remember. They took me in there. They followed me. Like, they took me in there. They was like, oh, that's bullshit. Then, the players followed me to the little jail because they took me to juvenile.
Yeah.
And I signed a little paper. They paid a little fine. I was out. Coach Flack just said, be careful. But by the time he said that, I was turning 18.
It was then we done then.
3 days later. So, yeah, it's over with. So that's how that went,
Man, listen. So, this is about you.
Yeah.
But when I went up to Columbus to play ball, I was trying to knock down everything walking because I ain't know nothing up there. I didn't know nobody. And we only going to go so long.
Man, listen.
So when you got there, did you see anything? Was you knocking everything moving?
So the first week, I didn't even know nothing. I'm new. The first week, so the other guys on the team, we all stars in Kansas, Atlanta, Kansas.
Right. So
the first week they come up with a little thing like me and Jay Clover, let's see who can hit the most chicks. I'm like, what? Is that easy? Right? Okay, whatever. So that's what we're doing the first week. See who can get the most brides, and it was so easy. Like we would just walk across the street to the mall. Black.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all here to play for Brown Mackey. What makes y'all say that? Because everybody black come from Brown Mackey. Now, mind you, that school done put a lot of people in pros and D1 and stuff, so everybody's looking for a meal ticket. It wasn't nothing for us to go to the. It wasn't nothing for us to go to the mall, grab some chicks, take them back over to the apartments, and be like, "Yo, I'm just trying to get you open," and we smashing them, we swapping them, and we taking turns and doing all kind of crazy stuff. So it was like that going on. Needless to say, me and my roommate had a. And this is the other upperclassmen. They had us have this contest. We wanted to see who would hit the most chicks our first week there. I lost. I hit 8. He hit like 15.
God,
that was the first week. 8 chicks, and he hit like 15. So I lost that bet the first week in Kansas. But needless to say, that set up the tone for how the year went. Let's just say that. That set the tone for how the year went.
It better set the tone for how the year went.
That set the tone for how the year went. Let's just say I got a lot of experience. I came back from Kansas in 1 year, a 10-degree black belt.
Black belt.
Let's just say that.
So, man, we got the off the court, shit that you was doing. You was killing it. So what was you doing on the court, man?
On the court, I was killing it. I was great on the court. Like, when I first got up there, I was nervous because I was everybody. People, you don't realize how good these hoopers are in other states.
Yeah.
Like athletic wise.
Yeah.
Like, man, I had people from DC, Rochester, New York, Dayton, Ohio, Brooklyn. These guys was like 6'4", 6'5", windmilling, booming, fucking huge. And here I am. I'm a scrawny little kid from Kentucky.
6 foot, what? About
6
170?
foot, 130.
130. God damn. So you about the same size as that
I
pole
was
right
130, man. So just light. But you know what? One thing that Kentucky thrives on, fundamentals. I knew the fundamentals. I had the basketball IQ, and I had a lights out jumper. Right. So that propelled me to really take off up there. And like I said, made the rotation. Here I am. I'm making a rotation over guys that signed with Maryland. You know, the starting point guard at first, Cliff Green, he was committed to North Texas. The backup behind him, Brandon McQueen, was Maryland. I was playing over him. So
how that make you feel knowing that you was getting clocked over major D1 dudes? You felt like it was only a matter of time before you started.
I felt like it was a matter of time because believed in me. I tell you what really made him look at me. It was one play. So Lee Benson, I was already killing. But Lee Benson, man, so I'm playing with him. Mind you, he's 6'11".
Right.
Straight from prison. Looked like Kevin Garnett, the scariest dude I've ever met at 17, 18 years old. So mind you, we do scrimmages in JUCO, so we got a lot of scouts and cameras and stuff. Everybody's there to see Lee Benson. He walks up on me. I'm the point guard on this team. He walks up on me and he says, "Hey, man, when I throw my head like this, you throw it up to the rim." I just say, "Yes, sir."
Say less.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do whatever you say.
Whatever you
I don't
need,
want
sir.
no problems.
Whatever you need.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm shooting and I'm having a good. And then, so I'm dribbling, and I dribble over to the wing. He throws his head up, and literally, you ever see Blue Chips when Shaq did that spin move?
Yeah.
It was just like that. So I threw it up there. He spent off of E, dunked it. Coach ended the practice like that, and I was always in his good graces after that. So that's how I got in good graces, man. But playing with Lee Benson, playing with Eric, playing with a bunch of them guys, man, they was real tough.
Man, so describe to me your first junior college game. What was that like for you? What was that whole experience for you?
It was a heck of an experience, man. Like I said, the game was just easy because you're playing with guys like him. There's guys that just kick back, and then you're playing with guys that actually believe in you.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, it's one thing when you playing, you ain't got to look over your shoulder. Let's just say that.
Security,
so when you got that security, you ain't got to look over your shoulder. You know, and you can just play free. And just know that your teammates and them believe in you, as well as the coaching staff. It makes the game a lot easier versus when I'm in high school. Every time I dribble the ball up the court, I got to look and get a direction from him, what he wants me to do, because I got to see what he wants me to do, because I don't want to do nothing that's gonna get me on the bench.
Right, I got you.
You know, I can't even come and see this person is not really able to check me and take him to the hole and do what I want to do. I didn't have that type of freedom.
Okay.
In high school, I did not have that freedom. We was all ultimate post feeders to Clay List and Rod Dunham.
Man, let me ask you, your best college game, what'd you do? What numbers did you put up?
I had a double-double. I had about 16 and 10. I had a double-double. Then I had like 20 and 8. Yeah. You got me?
I got you beat.
Yeah.
I had a 33 and 25 game.
Woo!
33 points, 25 boards.
That's tough.
Man.
Well, you a big guy, though.
You was a
big guy. I was guard, so.
The good games that you had,
yeah.
When you was having it, did you even know you was having it until after the game?
I wasn't even paying attention. I wasn't even paying attention. I was just playing.
That's
just playing ball, you know what I'm saying? So I was just playing ball, and I didn't really worry about points, and that's the thing, playing with a bunch of them guys, we didn't really worry about it. I felt like I was done, and I had to go look. To be honest with you, we was just trying to see what the move was after the game.
Just trying to get to it.
See we got braids done every game. You know, my hair, I'm bald now, but I'm talking about I had Iverson braids long as hell.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about I'm getting my hair braided. We ready to see what the move was after the game.
Man.
Because we knew we was going to do what we was going to do during the game.
So, Rick called that. Yeah, I did hoop, but that was back in the day, bro. I ain't got that. Jonas said Chris was raw on that pull-up 15-foot game too.
I had a great jumper. You know, my jumper was crazy. Everybody who know me know our hoop jumper was crazy. Like I said, a lot of it I got in the way of myself. I think I could have definitely done a lot more and went a lot further. Mm-hmm. But that's what happens when you live a double life. You know, that double life will catch up with you. It caught up with me, and I had enough signs and opportunities that I should have stopped. I didn't. It actually landed.
We gonna get to that in a minute.
Right?
So, your first year, right? You done. How was the first? Like, explain the whole first season for me. Like,
the whole first
when
season,
it was over, where'd y'all place in the tournament?
Yeah, we went to the little junior college tournament. We got upset in like the Final Four, so it's over with. A lot of them guys is going to college.
Right.
A lot of them is going to college. A lot of us is going home.
How'd you feel after your first year?
I felt good. The thing I should have did was I should have stayed my black ass out there.
Should have stayed on out there.
Should have stayed out there and worked out. You know, at the time, my coach, he coached a semi-pro team. This is before the NBDL Development League.
Right.
This is when they had semi-pro teams all around the state. Mm-hmm. He coached a semi-pro team called the Kansas Cajuns.
Okay.
So in the summertime, he was like the man in that town. So he coached the college, then he coached the semi-pro team. I could have stayed and worked out with them, go to Jerry Mullen's camp to see where I ranked amongst the top 50 point guards in the nation coming back. I had a bunch of stuff that I should have did.
Damn, Jones.
I came home.
Damn.
So then I come home, right? So when I come home,
June, May, when'd you get home?
I can't remember. It may have been June.
June, okay. So you get home.
So
in June.
I come home. Of course, I'm a star out there. Like they done paid me to go to school. I done gained now about like 150.
Okay.
150.
Okay.
You know, solid muscle, 120 to 150. You couldn't tell me nothing. You know, and the crazy thing is, before I went to school my senior year, I couldn't even dunk Duncan High School.
But now you come back home,
Now I
you
come
flushing
back,
everything.
I'm flushing everything. I can remember me and my boys at the park. We go to the high golden Green Acres, the one on the far corner over here. I'm coming up, booming. I'm doing all kind of crazy stuff. So yeah, so that's how that went. I come home, man. I'm so used to having money and the fame and the star status out there. I want to hear. So next thing you know, what am I doing again? Back in the streets.
How long was it before when you came home to
when I started back hustling again?
About a week or two?
No, I didn't have enough money because I was tricking on clothes and stuff.
Damn.
I think I got a job at Amazon, and as soon as I got like one check,
I guess ain't it?
now I just needed one check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I needed one check so I can re up and do what I needed to do. So that's how that went. So next thing you know, I ain't selling the weed no more. I'm selling hard stuff, hard copy. Mm-hmm. So now I'm out here doing that, and of course that comes with a lot of fame.
Before you do that, what made you make that transition and take that step up? Because normally when dudes in your situation, when they come home, they just want to sell a little weed, get a little money, then they out.
Because I just knew the weed. Growing up, I knew what was slow money and what was fast money.
Okay.
So I already was well educated on what was slow and what was fast.
Okay.
I knew what the slow money was with the weed, and I knew what, because I seen enough people selling dope, what they had. Mm-hmm. I've seen guys go from standing on the corner begging for change to driving cars, flipping with rims, gator shoots, gator boots, and all that over the summer, just selling hard. So I knew what came with it.
Okay.
So there, I just jumped straight into that. I got the fame that I wanted. I guess it came at a cost. And then for real, once I got that, I wasn't focused on basketball no more. I ain't gonna lie.
So
I think a motivation for me was everybody always doubting me too. I think, some people thrive on. I thrived on everybody doubting me, saying I wasn't good.
Right.
Everybody in the city, oh man, I can beat you. Okay, well let's go, let's get it, let's hoop. That's how we was. We was always competitive. So understand, before I went to school, everybody doubted me. Now I come back from school, then everybody's praising me. So I ain't really had a motivation. Then I'm selling in the
never
street.
had nobody tell you, nah, bro, this ain't for you. Get up out of here, man. You gotta go back to school, bro. Never had an OG around like that?
I didn't. Nope. I mean, I probably did. If they did, I wasn't listening. I can't remember.
Because your pocket was.
Our pocket was nice.
At this point, bro.
Yeah, I done bought a Cadillac. I done got 212s. I got Bang. I got the girls. I got the pocket full of money. Me and my dogs is having a good time.
What point did you
I'm
know
shopping,
you ain't
doing
going
whatever
back?
I want to do. I kind of knew for a long time because I was playing dirt ball and then I just stopped even going to the dirt ball games.
Damn.
I was playing dirt ball. I wasn't even going to the dirt ball games. I wasn't even really working out no more because I was just too busy just messing with chicks and get money. I wasn't doing none of that. So then when it was time for me to go back to school, my people and them was like, yo, you need to go back to school. Okay. Yeah.
Did you ever go back? Or you just
So then June come and it's like, go to the Jerry Mullis camp. Okay, no, I ain't going back. We'll go back in July. No, I ain't going back. Okay, well, August comes, school start. Okay, even coach was like, well, listen, don't even worry about the first month. You just come back September. He wanted me back. And I just was like, I ain't even interested. By this time now, I got a baby on the way. So I just wasn't interested in going back. I don't know. I guess my mind was elsewhere occupied. I was probably in a trance. I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
basketball just wasn't in no more.
Let's take a step back before we take a step forward. We talked about, you getting that first pack and you getting it off the $50, $100 packs.
Yeah.
And you said peer pressure is what led you to selling. But
peer pressure a lot. Yeah.
What was that first time, that first play for you? And not even the first play, but just the whole process of, man, do I really want to do this? And how did you get talked into doing it to where you made up your mind that, all right, let me try this shit real quick?
It wasn't even nobody to talk me into it. I just was ready.
You was ready to do it.
I was just like, yo, I need some J's. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this pack for 50. I know I can flip it at 150. The J's is 120. I can wear some regular jeans and buy a white tee, and I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple.
Damn.
It was just that simple. Me and my partners out, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like nobody I wasn't peer pressure to talk into doing it. These are the things I wanted. And then obviously, I like nice things.
Yeah,
I still do.
You got on a $5,000 outfit right now.
I still do like nice things. So, so that's just one of the things that I wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I went by the wrong means to make it happen.
Yeah.
I should have just been thankful for what I had. Because
So-
my mom did supply me with great stuff, so it's not like she didn't.
She did the best that she could.
No, she did
But
great.
you didn't want to put any
The
more
Jays
burden
came out
on
every
her.
week. The Jays
Yeah.
came out every week.
So you
And
didn't
they
want to
went
put a
number
burden on her,
120,
making her feel like she wasn't providing
The
enough.
Jays came out every week. They was 120. Now, don't get it twisted. I did some honest things, too. When we had them snowstorms, I was out there shoveling snow.
Right.
But I was just going to take that and shoot dice and double it up and then go by the Jays. Yeah, I did all that. Northside's known for shooting dice. I was good at that, too.
Let it be known.
Yeah,
So
doing a lot of that.
fast forward back to college. I mean, after college, you ain't going back.
Right.
So now you need deep. You 10 toes down in it now.
10 toes down, man. So 10 toes down. I had my son Devontae's born. Now I'm caught up in the trends. I'm like, yo, I got to change my life. Like, I can't just do this no more. So then I quit selling dope and decided I was going to sell weed and go to campus. Let me go back to school. I'm going to sell weed because I still need some money.
Okay.
So I'm doing that. I'm at EKU. You know, everything's going good. Everything was going good, you know. Then, skip fast forward. I take off and I really become major because I'm messing with some high level rappers in the industry. I'm not even gonna say their
So
names.
you became a plug for down here.
I became a plug and I'm back and forth from Atlanta. I'm staying in Atlanta. I'm back and forth. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So I really took off then. I took off. Like I said, at Double Life will catch up with you. Doing that, my senior year, I get caught.
Oh, so we at EKU.
Yeah, I'm at
this point.
EKU
Okay,
now.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm at EKU. I'm doing that. But then after a while, I didn't even stay on campus. Now I'm back and forth, Lexington, Atlanta. I mean, I've been visioning one. This is back when Atlanta had Visioning 112 side by side clubs. I'm in Vision 112 VIP with Jeezy, just different people. You know what I'm saying? I'm really in it, mingling. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? And it was a good time, like I said. But I live in a double life. I tell you what, I lost the plug in the A. Get more into detail. I lost a plug in the A, and I lost another plug in Cincinnati. I go to Bardstown just to meet a different plug, and he tried to rob a dude for my money, and that's what landed me in prison because I shot him.
We'll get to that in a second. You ever in that lifestyle? You ever been stuck up or did some sticking up yourself? Or somebody ever try to get you?
Nah, I never did no sticking up. I done had somebody try to, but it wasn't for my. It wasn't my. He didn't try to stick me up. He tried to stick dude up for my money, and I wasn't going for it.
Got you.
Yeah, so that's how that happened. And yeah, that was a big turning point. Led me to prison. I didn't know I was going to be here right now.
Man,
even to this day, and it happened 10 years ago.
Man, that's crazy. So
I was looking at 20 years, 85%, that would have been 18. By the grace of God, I got, less time. And now I've been out for about 10 years.
So talk me through that day. That day, like from when you woke up to you get, put in the back.
It just different signs I had signs, man, that was leading up to that.
Right.
I got into it. Signs that was leading up to that. One, the plug situation in the A fell through.
Right.
That was a sign, probably, some good things. You hit it to the well when it's dry, you need to stop.
How old are you at this time?
Probably 23.
23, okay.
So it's like you hit it to the well when it's dry. That's gone. Boom. I had a loud plug in Cincinnati. I was trading him what I was getting from the A to there. Next thing you know, that plug goes away because dude left to go back to New York before he introduced me to the dude in Cincinnati. So now that plug's gone. So boom, now both of them is gone. I get into it with my old plug in Lex, So all this stuff is happening.
But you're not paying attention to
I'm
the
not
signs.
paying attention to the signs. I'm just so headstrong on, let me go get this new plug so I can just try to get the ball rolling. So I go up there. It's crazy because usually I have a lot of people riding with me. Because, I was smart. I always had people watching my back.
Right.
But at this time, like all my homies that usually ride with me was watching my back in every move, I didn't let them go. I didn't let them ride with me to Bardstown. I was like, nah, y'all just going to hold back. I told everybody. I said, they like, what? Yeah, right. And like, we always ride with you. Mm-hmm. Like, we ride with you because we know what time it is. We got your back. But I didn't let none of them ride with me. So we go to Bardstown. I just wasn't taking no other loss. Matter of fact, the situation in the A that ended that plug, I lost like 16 bands in that deal. So I lost some money in that deal. So They got that 16 bands. I wasn't taking another loss. And just taking another loss in the same week like that just was not in the cards.
God damn.
I mean, it was, it was not in the cards. I wasn't in the cards. So I wasn't going to let them take off with my money thinking it was his. So that's how that happened. I wasn't really doing too much talking. I was like, yo, that's my money. It ain't his. You might as well go and give me the money. F getting the weed.
Right.
And they was, well, who you talking to? So then I put a gun out pocket. He tried to grab my arm. He tried to pull off. I fired in the window. I didn't even know I hit him.
So you was leaning into the car.
I'm leaning into the car.
Okay,
I didn't even know I hit him, but then I realized I hit him, and instead of turning out of the gas station, he ran dead smack into the gas station wall.
So that's how you knew you hit him.
I knew I hit him. So now I'm ready to run to the car to go get the money. But the dude I'm with, he's scared shitless. Mm-hmm. So he's going to try to leave me. So then I jump in the window of his car, and now we on the highway. So we on the highway.
So the dude, right, you leaning in the window, whoop, whoop, whoop. Nah, it's not about to go down like that. You pull out the iron.
Yeah.
He grabs your arm.
Yeah.
And at this point, you don't know what fucking about to happen after this. So you just go ahead and just start firing.
So then
you let out
fires
one.
off.
You just left one round, one shot.
It was maybe one or two.
One or
it
two.
happened so
There's
quick.
a pop, pop, and then
it was over with.
And then he drove off.
So I'm thinking he's going to drive off. I'm thinking he's going to turn to go out the gas station, but he don't. He runs dead smack into the gas station wall. Boom, boom. We're talking about bricks and stuff. I'm like, oh shit. So
you Greg, let me get
I'm trying to run over and get this money. But then my dude's trying to leave me. So I think I would have gotten away too. Damn. But so I jump in the car, we leave. When we leave, we go down this road. I'm thinking we on the road headed back to Lex. We drive like 2 hours on a crazy back road. Yeah. That leads us right back to the crime scene.
God damn, Joe.
Leads us back to the crime scene before we jump back on the highway. So we done been driving the wrong way for 2 hours. And then finally, now we on the highway. So we see ambulance. We see all these people there. So now we on ambulance. Now we coming back down the interstate, and we get pulled over in Marseilles.
For what?
For speeding, and they tipped the car that this car was involved in a wreck. Involved in a shooting, and somebody died, and it was just a whole mess. But needless to say, when we're in Marseilles, you got to think the Lexington exit ain't nothing but 5 minutes away. I'm all the way in Bardstown, Kentucky. So we done drove 2 hours the wrong way, another hour and a half almost home. I'm 5 minutes away before. Because if I would have got Lexington, they would have never caught me. I had already called Mom Dukes and everybody like, yo, I already made a plan. I'm about to cut my hair. I'm about to cut all this off. I'm about to jump in my own car, and I'm gone to North Carolina, and y'all will never see me again.
Did they know why?
I didn't even get a chance to explain to Mom Dukes and them why. I just told them this is what's going down. I done did some shit. I'm on my way home. I'm about to shave and I'm gone. I didn't even call my granny Jennifer in North Carolina. It was crazy, but I didn't make it there. I got pulled over myself. And everybody starts talking.
Damn.
I was locked up. I didn't think I was ever going to see the light of day again for a while. I prayed if I could get through this situation, I'd never smoke weed again. Needless to say, I ain't never smoked weed since then.
Man, you better not touch nothing of it. But so man, the whole process, right? So when you talking to your moms, how you think what her thought process when you tell her you done did some
she
shit?
probably thought it was like a dream, a nightmare. Because I don't think she knew how deep I was in the game at the time. She knew I was willing to deal, but she didn't know how deep I was in the game. Yeah. So, it was a nightmare dealing with them in Bardstown, Kentucky. My bond was $100,000 cash, and so just imagine when I bonded out, and they still was trying to get me, man. I can remember when I bonded out, I wasn't even out for a week. They sent the U.S. Marshals from Bardstown to come get me. And they coming and pulling up at houses I didn't even know they knew I was at.
Damn.
They done pulled up at baby mama's house. They done see me walking up to the thing. They done picked me up, slammed me across the concrete, drugged me all kind of ways. Talking about I was armed and dangerous because I shot somebody. So, and I had just bonded out a week before, so that one was crazy. The case took about 2 or 3 years. It was a long case, man.
That's what I was going to ask you. What was your thought process during the trial?
Yeah, shout out to Dave Franklin, man. He's a beast. If y'all need a lawyer, Franklin and Rap.
There he is.
Franklin and Rap, man.
There it is.
He spooked the shit out of them people in Bardstown. They didn't know who they was dealing with.
What charges was they trying to hit you with?
They was trying to hit me with attempted murder. Then I had to pay like $50,000 restitution on this man's doctor bills to keep him alive. It was luckily it was a blessing of God. I didn't have hollow points. I used hollow points, they explode on impact. I just had high velocity bullets. I think I done shot all the hollow points out just on some bullshit, fucking around down here, beefing with people and stuff. But I had high velocity, so when he got hit, it went in his mouth and it hit his tongue ring and came out the back of his neck. If that was hollow points, like we all supposed to have anyway, it would have exploded on impact, and I wouldn't be here right now. He'd been dead. So it was a bad situation, but there was good things in the bad situation. That it wasn't my time. That wasn't the road for me.
It wasn't his time.
It wasn't his time to die, and it wasn't the road for me to go to, because everything happened for a reason. We all live by God's design. So
trial comes.
You don't go to trial.
Oh, you don't go to trial?
No, we was going to go to trial. The case had dust on it for a while because we got prosecutors fired because once I made that high bond, they try to, the state prosecutor gave my case. You got an odd number to even number, judge. Mm-hmm. So I'm an even number case. He sent the warrant out with the odd number judge, and he just signed the paper. So it was a whole big thing. My lawyer got the state prosecutor fired from up there. The case was messy. I mean, you got the two dudes. They was charged with robbery. You got the dude I was riding with. They charging him with drug trafficking, and then they trying to hit me with
attempted murder
and all that good stuff, man. So I ended up pleading down to assault, and they took the violent clause off. So they lessened the charge. They took the violent clause off. So I'm thinking I will end up doing like half a majority of the time. They bless you on the charge. You're probably gonna have to do a lot of the time. But going to the joint was crazy.
Where was you at? First of all, how many years did they? Because for the people who just tuned in, how many years did they give you?
About 2 and some change.
They gave you 2 and some change.
Yeah,
so they put you up in where?
I first went to, when I first got the charge in Bardstown, they sent me all the way to Hickman, Kentucky, Fulton County. That was crazy as hell.
Yeah, that's it.
Man, they sent me 4 hours away, all the way out there near Bowling Green. I was like 2 miles on the Tennessee River, 3 miles on the Missouri River. Like, I was way in the corner of Kentucky, man. And that was a rough time out there. They didn't like us at Eastern Kentucky folks out there. That was Western Kentucky. It was a lot of scuffles, a lot of different stuff going on out there. Let's just say
we gonna get into that.
There's a lot of bullshit out there.
So
a lot of bullshit.
Talk to me about 2 things real quick.
Yeah.
The bus ride down there and your first night in there. Explain to me those 2 situations.
I'm thinking I'm gonna do my time in Bardstown, so I'm thinking I'm gonna be good.
That's what you thought.
That's what I thought. No, I was not gonna be good. When they told me to pack it up, I think they even had to hit me with the taser, bro. I was not going. So the bus ride, I'm just in the trance. I just try to sleep the whole way because now you taking me 4 hours away. So yeah. I'm just trying to all you can do is when you're doing that shit, just try to block everything out.
Right.
Prepare yourself. So they send me out there. I'm in this cramped up cell that's called Ricky's World. I'm in this cramped up cell with like a bunch of people from Memphis, Bowling Green, Hickman, and here I come from Lexington, Kentucky. They hate us out there. Right. They hate Lexington, Louisville folks out there. So first couple of days, I was just on a mat, sleeping on the floor, bed come open. I got cool with some guys, but then some guys was jealous. Like I said, a couple of little scuffles over just bullshit commissary, but definitely held my own down. I didn't get jumped. Shout out to Tim Harmon and a couple of them guys. They wasn't even on let nobody jump nobody. I got cool with the right. Let's just say I got cool with the right people.
The right
because
people.
Everybody was scared of Tim Harmon. So, yeah. So
but that first night, what was that like for you?
I was in a trance. Now I'm standing here. I don't know what to think, what to say, what to do. None of my family could find me for weeks. That's how far I was. They hadn't updated the computers. They hadn't even updated the computers, so nobody know I was lost in the system. When they say you get lost in the system, you really get lost in the system. I don't even think Mom Dukes or nobody found me for a couple weeks. Like, I was in Kansas. I'm all the way in Ricky's World in Hickman, Kentucky for a couple of weeks. Nobody knew where I was. I couldn't call nobody because you have to have a certain phone program to that. So I couldn't call nobody. Nobody knew where I was. The system, I was just all the way. My lawyer couldn't nobody find me, man, for a long time until they updated everything in the DOC computers. So it was rough.
It was rough.
I mean, I knew I was already prepared. Like, I know the lifestyle I live. I knew what was coming. So I was just like, it's just what I'm going to have to do, man. I started doing a bunch of push-ups.
Man, listen. Hey, everybody who's watching on Facebook Live, hit that share button for me one time. So how'd you spend your time in there? What was you doing?
A bunch of push-ups, man. I was doing 1,000 push-ups a day to try to keep I was doing 1,000 push-ups. I was writing raps, and I was just doing a lot of thinking and planning on what I was going to do when I got out. I was like, I got to do something different, because I knew I was destined for greatness. Right. So I'm like, I just going to do push-ups and just the right rhymes, put my thoughts and stuff on the paper because, I was well into rapping. I was cold at that. And, just thinking what I was going to do when I got out. So that's what I was doing.
So
I was down there for about, 3-4 months before I actually finally got called up to go to the joint. Yeah, so.
What was Mom's thinking once you got hit with the 2.5? What'd she say to you?
Nothing, just keep my head up. She was just nervous. She was just like, keep my head up. But, Mom Dukes, also, we talked about it before. She knew I'm a little bit, I'm street smart and book smart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So some people can have that type of personality that can make it anywhere.
Right.
Some people
put
don't.
them in any crowd.
You can put me in any crowd, I'm going to blend in, I'm going to be okay. Right. So I think she was nervous, and but also she knew I was going to be okay.
What about sis? How was she feeling about all this?
She was probably crushed. I'm a big brother, so she was definitely crushed. She was probably blind too. I don't want to say blind because I don't want to be thinking people's naive. You know what I'm saying?
She probably knew, but was like just leery.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what probably scared her. What she told me before, when the U.S. Marshals was coming after me, they came to Mom Dukes and sis house first. So when they came, they knocked on the door, and then when she looked in the back door, you got U.S. Marshals and police jumping over fences like on some sniper stuff, jumping over the fences in the yard. They're probably scared the shit out of her.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? They was literally like coming to the front door. They was jumping over the back door like they was sending the cavalry to come get me. And the thing about it is I'm leaving the studio. I'm on the way to Mom Duke's house. And she's like, don't come over here. They jumping in the backyard. They jumping through the front door. She's like, don't go over here. And I'm like, where the fuck am I go at? And I was like,
nowhere.
She was like, go back over to you and Tara's house and park your car over there. So pull up in the garage. I'm going to call your lawyer. We just going to try to figure this out. And I just didn't make it because they was already over there.
Like you said, they spotted every house that you been there. So
they even know about that house.
Somebody was telling. But
yeah.
So we get in there. You doing your time. You go in at 6 foot 120. You come out 6 foot 210.
I started doing a lot of work. I started working out heavy. So now I'm on the yard. The yard is so much better than any kind of jail in the cell because they pop the doors. Yeah, and you could go out. So now I'm on the yard, working out every day, studying every day. I'm talking about I read the whole Arnold Encyclopedia, front, back, side to side.
This guy.
Yeah, so working out, they said they got a program called SAP, substance abuse program. I don't even have a substance abuse problem, but it has an 80% parole chance. Sign me up.
Let me get in that program.
So I got in the program, and it was really good, man. I played on the prison basketball team. I was dropping about 25, 26 a game. I got real good at hooping there.
You did?
I mean, you got to understand. There's no drugs, so you living drug free. I'm working out every day. I'm eating healthy, balanced meals. Yeah, I was like tip top shape there.
You know everybody in their buckets.
Man, I'm playing basketball, softball, anything that they popping the doors on. Sign me up. Volleyball,
anything to help pass that time.
Yeah, all of it. I was Forrest Gump on the ping pong. I was pool champion.
This guy.
I was doing all of that, man. Playing in the basketball league. I was doing all that. Like everything to pass the time by. So I was doing that. I also excelled in SAP. Then I started teaching SAP, and that's what I think really helped me. I started teaching prisoner to the streets. So
in prison teaching. Okay, yeah, go ahead, though. Professor Jones.
Teaching prisoner to the streets how to do your teaching people how to do their resumes when they get out so they can get jobs.
This guy here.
So I started doing that. Now it's time for me to go up for parole. I got a bunch of people writing letters for me, preachers, Daniel Brown, a bunch of people writing letters of my character because the charge looks bad. I done shot somebody in the face, drug deal gone bad, all this, that, and the third. But I got a lot of letters. I got the SAP program I completed, and I'm a teacher in there. So I got some of them writing letters. And God bless me, man. They blessed me and gave me parole. They said, they wrote down my exit date. They was like, we're going to parole you out. We typically would not parole somebody out with this type of charge, but they paroled me out, man.
Damn. So they paroled you out?
I was getting ready to parole to Atlanta. because I was like, yo, I'm just gonna be done with Kentucky. I'm
get up
parole.
outta here, yeah.
But they told me if I parole to Atlanta, I would have to sit in there for 2 more months.
Nah, I'm good.
I said, what if I parole to Kentucky? They said, you could be out of here in 2 days. So I'm going to Kentucky.
So when you got that news, how would you feel? And not even when you got that news, that day you were leaving, bro.
Ah, man, the day I was leaving, the dude tried to trick my hand off.
Damn.
Yeah. And my dude Pickle, the wine, shout out to him, Pick Dog. Yeah, so I made parole, man. I'm just blessed because nobody thought I was going to make parole. My lawyer didn't even think I was going to make parole. Mm-hmm. He told me before the parole thing came, I talked to him, he was like, yo, don't get discouraged. You're probably going to go. You're probably going to get flopped. Whatever that flop is, just do what you're supposed to do then, and you'll come home because you got so much blessing on the charge.
Right.
So I make parole. I'm grace of God. As I make parole, I'm coming back to the yard, and that's some guys, man, like fucking with me. They talking about some sports shit like, oh man, you like this team, or you was talking this, or you was talking that. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? He was coming at me sideways, and that's because I made parole and they was jealous. You know, if you get in a fight, now you go into the hole, that take your shit back.
Yeah.
I ain't even peeping. I'm not even like paying attention because now I'm arguing with dude. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then my dude Pickle, he was like, yo man, I know what you're trying to do. Now mind you, he done did 8 years, so he done seen it.
So he already know what's going on.
He done pushed me to the side and was like, yo, you trying to trick this man? Come on, we can go in there and go. Like we in the cell, so now he's trying to go with me, but he's like, nah, you ain't gonna trick his time off. We could go. So then he kind of hushed the crowd up right there.
Shout out to him, bro. That's a real one right there.
DeJuan Watkins.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah,
that's
my dude, man. He's out right now. He's in Louisville, Lex, wherever he's at. That's my dog, man. So he tried to trick my hand off. So that didn't happen. And then the next day, I got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when you go to the joint, and I wasn't in no like camps or nothing. I was behind the fence because my charge was a violent charge. I was behind the fence with the barbed wire where you see the tower and the guy sitting there with the shotguns. Yeah, I was there.
The shit y'all see in movies, that's where Jones is at.
That's really what's going down, man. So I was there with the killers.
Before we end the show, one thing really quick, bro. You talked about rapping.
Yeah.
What happened with that shit?
Man, you know what? When I say I was cold, man, I was going to do a mixtape with DJ Scream right before I went to the joint. And DJ Scream, he was the hottest DJ out at the time. He had just did D4L, Shorty Lowe's mixtapes, and now he's working with me on my mixtape. When I caught that charge and went to the joint, I just didn't have the love for it no more. I felt like I lost so much time. I needed to. At that time, it took money to make money with rapping. See, now you can just hit a button and upload it, and it goes to everybody.
But back then,
we was on Master P time.
Yeah.
You got to pay $5,000-$10,000 in it. You got CDs in the trunk. You got to do that type of stuff. And I didn't have no money to spend on that. You know what I'm saying? I needed to make money to get back time with my kids and help them out for what they missed. So rapping just wasn't in the cards.
So who was you rapping with?
It was me, Blue Flame, Jeff Hampton. We had our own record label called Realist Records.
Okay.
But I did songs with everybody, man. Cypher, hell, Scoop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember. I showed Scoop and Kenny Desmond had a rap in the garage. Like I had songs with everybody, man. We was always doing.
Got some of them joints.
Yeah, me and Commodore got songs together.
Hey, send me those. Hey, I'm gonna post the songs on the YouTube channel so y'all can go back and check them out.
Me and Commodore definitely had songs together. Me and Crutch had songs together. Me and Blue Flame. Me and Bravo. Bravo was my producer. Beatmaker, man. Shout out to Bravo, Skrilla Boys. We did a lot of good music. A lot of music that's probably still hot right now today, but it's just not in the cards for us to do now. We all older now. We all touching 40.
Yeah, it's a wrap now. 40, it's a wrap now.
But back then, that's what it was.
So we get ready to end the show, but before we get out of here, we always end the show with a questions with Q game. Now, during this game, there are 5 index cards right here laying face down. Jones has to pick a number. He has to answer 3 out of 5. If he doesn't answer 3 out of the 5, he has to change his profile pic to either the Conversations with Q logo, or I get to pick what I want to put for his profile.
So that means I'm going to definitely answer the questions. So let's go with number 3.
So number 3. So let's
see what we got. Here we go.
So this is lightweight.
Okay, it's good.
This is a little sparring action real quick.
Okay.
One jumper for your life. Who you taking? Ike or Shaq?
I guess I'm gonna have to go with Ike, man.
You seen his jumper? You
I'm gonna have to go with Ike, man. Let's go with the 1995 Ike.
1995 Ike?
If it's 1995 Ike, I got Ike, man.
So here we go. Now this is where the shit get good. Then we got the
Let's go number 2. Let's go number 2. Uh-oh.
Yeah. So you go ahead and change the profile picture. Name one person you never got to hit but always wanted to.
Golly, boy. One person,
one person you wanted to hit but never got the opportunity to. In the city of Lexington.
City of Lexington.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, there's a lot of them for real now. Let's not play. Let's see. A chick that I never got to hit.
But you always wanted to. She was on the list.
She was on the list. I took a lot of them down that used to be on the list. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to double back. I would say, you know what? I had the biggest crush on Tangela Porter.
Man, didn't everybody?
I had a big crush on Tangela Porter. I wish I would have grabbed hold of her, but I never did grab hold of her. So yeah, that was easy. Shoot.
You got last one.
Number 5.
The fever. Name the person who gave you your worst sexual experience of your life.
Woo! Jesus. The worst sexual experience of my life. You know what? It happened in Kansas. I would say, and it wasn't her fault, it was mine. And I think her name was Christy. So now, mind you, I was 18 years old. The reason why I was so terrible is because I went so quick.
Mm-hmm. This guy here.
It wasn't her fault, it was mine. I was 18. I think she was a grown woman. My dude, he put me on her. She comes to the room. I think I only lasted about 30, 45 seconds. That was first round. Mm-hmm. So I was, hyped myself up in the second round. The second round probably went a minute 15. I was double back-to-back terrible. So, but then she bought me some J's the next day.
So it wasn't that bad, then.
It was bad on my part. I was very embarrassed. But I was 18. That was jumping into 18 to a grown woman about 25, 26 years old. Mm. Yeah.
So let's see the questions you didn't get that you lucked out on. Which would you rather have happen next season? 49ers win the Super Bowl or UK cut down the Nets?
Damn.
Or
that would have been tough.
The last one, if you could have sex with any one of your social media followers, who would it be?
I'm glad I didn't get them.
Yeah, I'm upset you didn't get that one. I'm upset you didn't get that one.
Yeah.
But anyways, everybody, I appreciate everybody who tuned in to the Facebook Live Conversations with Q. First time I did this, I figured why not do it with my homie Jones over here. Right. We get ready to get up out of here. But everybody, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel Conversations with Q, or like, share, and subscribe to the Spoken Minds YouTube channel. And download both podcasts on all major podcast streaming platforms. But we get ready to get on about this thing. Jones, you got something you want to say, man?
Man, shout out to everybody, man. Following, like, comment, and share. Watch Spoken Minds every Thursday.
Hey, before we get out of here, who's the better basketball player between you and Moody? And who's won the most games between y'all two?
Me, all day. I'm better than Moody. Been better than Moody since 3rd grade. Period. That's hands down.
Since 3rd grade.
He got a bad back.
If you had to put a number on it, how many games you won to his?
I don't know.
It'd be 110 to 12?
It's close. Me and him was probably like Ebony and I. We was the best 2-man tandem in the city. I'm going to say that. We're the best 2-man tandem.
Hey, y'all heard that.
The only person I could beat was Monty Washburn. I'll tell you that right now.
That's because Monty was 16 years old with a 28-year-old. Like, brother was grown at 16.
I still ain't beat that man.
God, dog.
I still ain't beat that
Shout out to Monty, wherever you at, man. But anyways, we get ready to get up out of here. And as always, we want you to treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. And we're about this thing, y'all. Peace.